trap of pleasure, Stoicism's warning to modern men. Science is just now catching up, but the Stoics, they saw this problem thousands of years ago. They warned against overindulgence. They knew the dangers of being ruled by base desires. They understood something that most people still don't. Pleasure can become a prison. But what exactly did they say? And more importantly, how can you use their ancient wisdom to break free today? The trap of pleasure, what the Stoics knew. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic minds, said it plainly. No man is free who is a slave to his body. And that's exactly what happens when you let pleasure control you. Every time you give in, you're not relaxing. You're not enjoying life. You're reinforcing weakness. You're telling yourself, I need this, when in truth, it needs you. It feeds off your mind, your time, your energy. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher, believed this. A man who cannot control himself will never be free. And he was right, because the more you seek pleasure, the more you become its prisoner. The more you chase instant gratification, the further you drift from real fulfillment. And here's the truth. Every great man, from warriors to emperors to visionaries, had one thing in common. They mastered their desires. They didn't let urges command their actions. And because of that, they rose above the rest. The way out, how to break free and reclaim your power. So how do you escape this trap? How do you take back control from a habit that's draining your strength? The answer lies in 3 timeless Stoic principles. 1. Self-discipline, the key to freedom. Epictetus once said, no man is truly free who is not master of himself. This is where your journey begins. The moment you decide no more being a slave to your urges is the moment you start building real power. But don't get it twisted. Self-discipline isn't about punishment. It's about choosing what matters over what's easy. Every time you resist the urge, you're not losing, you're winning. You're training your mind. You're forging mental toughness. And slowly but surely, your impulses lose their grip on you. 2. Find your purpose. Replace the habit with meaning. The Stoics believe that a life without purpose is a life already wasted. And this is why most men struggle with this habit. They have nothing meaningful to channel their energy into. Think about it. If your mind was locked in on building a business, learning a skill, or chasing your vision of greatness, would you really have time for pointless indulgence? The key isn't just quitting. The key is replacing the void with something real, something noble, something that actually fulfills you. 3. Transmutation, the secret of the greats. Here's the ancient truth. Sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces in a man's body. When you waste it, you waste your fire. You lose your edge. But when you redirect it, when you channel it into your ambition, your work, your discipline, it becomes a weapon, a fuel for greatness. Look at Nikola Tesla. He remained celibate his entire life, not because he was weak, but because he understood this truth. Control your energy and you control your destiny. And this is exactly what the Stoics preached. Don't waste your fire. Use it to forge your legacy. 4. Delay gratification. Strength is found in the wait. The Stoics knew that pleasure loses its power when you learn to wait. They trained themselves to delay gratification because they understood a simple truth. What is easy now becomes hard later. What is hard now becomes freedom later. Every time you pause, every time you resist the urge to indulge, you gain something far more valuable. Control. Think of it like training a wild animal. Your impulses are wild, but the longer you wait, the more tame they become. Eventually, you're the one holding the leash. And when you do indulge, it's on your terms, not because you were too weak to say no. Delaying gratification is a battle test, one that hardens your will, sharpens your patience, and turns cravings into strength. 5. Practice voluntary discomfort. Harden the body, sharpen the mind. Comfort is killing modern man. And the Stoics knew that comfort breeds weakness. That's why they deliberately practiced voluntary hardship. Seneca would sleep on the floor. Marcus Aurelius trained himself to be calm in storms. Epictetus was born a slave and still became mentally unbreakable. Why? Because when you choose discomfort, you train your mind to become unshakable. You don't need to suffer for no reason, but you must choose challenges. Cold showers, early mornings, fasting, discipline. They build your armor. A man who is comfortable being uncomfortable cannot be broken. 6. Learn to observe without reacting. Control begins with awareness. Most men don't choose their actions. They just react to urges, emotions, temptations. Stoicism teaches the opposite. It teaches you to observe your thoughts like clouds in the sky. You don't chase them. You don't fight them. You just watch. When you learn to observe your desire without acting on it, you regain your power of choice. You realize something profound. You are not your urges. You are the one who decides whether or not to obey them. This is the root of self-mastery. It starts with awareness. If you can't see the trap, you'll fall into it. If you can see it, you can choose to walk around it. 7. Stay busy with higher goals. Purpose starves a need for pleasure. Here's something no one tells you. You don't need more willpower. You need more purpose. Idle men fall. Men on a mission, they don't have time to be weak. The Stoics understood this deeply. If your life feels empty, if you're chasing quick dopamine, it's because your soul is starving for a real mission. Build a business, master a craft, train your body, read, write, create. Fill your hours with what matters, and you won't even think about falling back into that habit. A man with fire in his soul doesn't waste time with sparks. 8. Reflect on death. Memento mori kills weakness. Memento mori, remember, you must die. This was not a dark thought for the Stoics. It was fuel. Every time Marcus Aurelius felt tempted by pleasure or laziness, he reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. When you remember that death is inevitable, suddenly your excuses look pathetic. Your cravings lose their grip. You stop living for the next quick high and start living for legacy. Every day you indulge is a day you can't get back. Every day you resist is a day you build a man you'll respect on your deathbed. 9. Surround yourself with strong men. Isolation feeds weakness. You can't win a war alone. Stoicism is about self-mastery, yes, but even the strongest Stoics sought out other strong minds. Surround yourself with men who are disciplined, men who talk about vision, power, legacy, not nonsense. Because here's the truth. If you hang around men who indulge, you will indulge. If you walk with men who rise, you'll rise too. Build a circle of men who make you ashamed of your weakness. Men who push you, who check you, who inspire you to keep going when you feel like quitting. Because when your environment is full of warriors, your old habits can't survive. 10. Keep score. Discipline is built through daily victory. The Stoics didn't just talk. They tracked their behavior. Seneca journaled. Marcus Aurelius wrote meditations. They kept score, not to be perfect, but to stay accountable. If you want to break free from your habit, track it, face it, count every victory. Make it a game. Make it a war. Every day you say no, mark it. Every urge you defeat, celebrate it. Every week of discipline, reward it. Because when you keep score, you realize you're not powerless. You're not addicted. You're just undisciplined. And discipline can be built one win at a time. The final challenge, will you stay a slave or rise like a Stoic? So now you stand at the edge. On one side, the cycle, the same old loop, fleeting pleasure, quiet regret, wasted time. On the other, a life of power, discipline, mastery, meaning. But no one can make that choice for you. The Stoics didn't become great by talking about it. They became great by doing the hard things, consistently. So the question is, will you stay a prisoner to your urges, or will you rise like a warrior and take control of your fate? Because no great man in history was ruled by lust, indulgence, or distraction. The ones we remember, the ones who changed the world, were the ones who mastered themselves first. Call to action. Your journey to self-mastery starts now. If you're ready to break free, If you're ready to reclaim your mind, if you're ready to become the man you were always meant to be, then hit that subscribe button, join the movement, step into your power, and walk the path of a Stoic warrior. Because the battle isn't out there, it's in here, and your time to rise is now. Become the man you were meant to be. So here we are. You've seen the trap. You've learned the tools. You know the path. Now the choice is yours. You can keep living the way you've been living, controlled by urges, distracted by pleasure, stuck in a loop, or you can step into the arena. You can choose discipline over weakness, purpose over pleasure, legacy over laziness. Because in the end, it's not about quitting a habit. It's about becoming a stronger, wiser, freer man. A man who controls himself. Can't be controlled by anyone or anything. So rise. Start with today. Then conquer tomorrow. And build a life that demands respect. First from yourself, and then from the world. If this message hit you deep, if you're serious about mastering yourself, living with power, and becoming unshakable through Stoic wisdom, then make sure you subscribe to our channel. Everyday Stoicism. We drop content that challenges you, sharpens you, and keeps you walking the path. Like the video, if it gave you something to think about. Drop a comment and let us know what you're going to do today to start your transformation. Share this with a brother who needs to hear it. This isn't just a channel, it's a movement, and we're just getting started. So until next time, stay disciplined, stay focused, and always remember, you were born for greatness, but it starts with mastering yourself first. We'll see you in the next video. Go live like a Stoic.